For tuning into this, I'm Eric. I'm someone who has extensive experience using steroids, SARMs, and other performance-enhancing drugs for about 5 to 6 years. And I literally went from someone being small and insecure to all of a sudden this monster in a good way, well respected. The strength was unbelievable. The endurance was amazing. The validation, the respect that you got from peers, from friends, family, and just other people in the gym and other people in the field as well was euphoric. It was addicting. It was a high that I can't even describe. And that's what kept me hooked for so long. Despite there being signs that my body was trying to speak to me to stop, I was so hooked into that identity. Even if I thought about traveling somewhere or missing a dosage or a pin, I'd start panicking, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go ahead and travel with either testosterone or some SARMs, if I'm going to go to Mexico or travel a different state. I just was holding on to that identity for so long. That's all that mattered for years. Everything else was taking a backseat to this. I had to make sure that my workouts were in. I had to make sure that I ate enough, and I had to make sure that I pinned and I took these SARMs. Otherwise, I was just going to be in a pissed off mood the rest of the day. If we traveled or stayed home or whatnot, this was my life. It's sad to admit, but it's true. That's all that I had going for me, and I cared about nothing else. And so that identity made me lose out on so much. I didn't realize what life was really about, all these other opportunities that I could have taken traveling and experiencing with family and friends. I was just stuck in this cage, just trying to get bigger, faster, stronger. And so I think it just came from somewhere inside that I felt like I was never good enough. Like I needed to keep getting bigger and stronger and better in order to get this validation. And if I didn't, then I was going to be looked upon as someone that was inferior or weak. And the only reason why I stopped was because I had this massive health scare. I was driving, and literally just out of nowhere, my entire left side just goes numb. I can't move. I can't even talk. I started drooling. Thank God my wife was with me. If not, I don't know what would have happened. I ended up in the ER. Now, if you end up in the ER and shit doesn't change, shit doesn't click, I don't know who you are, or if you even have hope at that point to change, because that was the absolute lowest point of my life. That was rock bottom for me. And not only that, but when I was in there, I lost all hope. So the medical professionals, they asked me, hey, were you on alcohol? Were you on cocaine? What drugs were you taking? And I tell them I wasn't on anything other than the steroids and the SARMs, and I gave the names for them and how much I was taking and everything. And they dismissed it. They're like, okay, well, yeah, no, this could have caused something, but this wasn't the cause for this stroke-like episode. So they completely dismissed it. And at that point, I was in shock. I was in disbelief, because that's when it clicked. I'm like, these drugs can cause so many things, right? Your blood pressure goes up, your triglycerides go up, you could have a heart attack, you could have a stroke, you could absolutely just smash your liver and your organs, and these guys aren't really paying it too much mind. Now, after the ER, then I went to different specialists talked to endocrinologists, neurologists, you name it. And these guys were also dismissive of the drugs that I was taking. Now, because it wasn't like a methamphetamine or cocaine or opiates or anything like that, they were just dismissing it. At that point, the stress and the anxiety, that loop that you go through, it's indescribable. You feel alone. Your identity is gone. I stopped cold turkey because that's what they recommended, and I was so fucking scared, man. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I sure as hell did not want to experience anything like that again. So they just told me, get off of everything. And maybe looking back at it now, I don't know, but that could have been one of the worst decisions for me to do, because my body went through such a panic, such a change, the atrophy in muscle, in bone, the pain that I was just experiencing for months and months and months and months. It was just, it's indescribable. It's so bad. It's excruciating. The day to day to day. Now, like, my wife was seeing it. Other people, not so much, because you have to put on this facade, this mask, this fake smile, but inside you're fucking dying, man. You're crying out for help, and you feel helpless because your strength's gone, your identity's gone. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody's coming to help you out. You're on your own. So when you are rock bottom in this dark path of anxiety and stress, and you're having these health scares and these episodes, man, nobody needs to go through that shit that I went through. Nobody. Because I tell you what, man, I've never experienced anxiety. I never really experienced depression, at least not like that. Nothing like that. I was never depressed. And then all of a sudden, it just hits you, man. You have this brain fog. Your libido's gone. Your sex drive's gone. You don't even know who you are anymore. You can't even look at yourself in the fucking mirror. You're ashamed. And then the worst part of it all too is when you start messing with your mind, because you know that the only person responsible for everything that you're going through at that point is yourself. You can't point fingers at anybody else. Oh, this guy sold me this guy recommended this. No, you have to put on your fucking big boy boots on and accept the fact that you're the one that decided to take them. Don't do your research. I never cycled off like I should have. I always gave great advice to other people, and I never followed it. I was one of those guys. Now, I never thought in a million years that I'd be out here on social media making these videos. And it's one of the reasons is because it's shameful, right? I was embarrassed up until this day to admit that I was relying on drugs and the weights and everything to be validated, man, to live life. You get this negative stigma to it that nobody wants to admit that they're taking these drugs, that they need these drugs, because you just want to go ahead and feel a certain way all of the time, when that's not realistic, man. That's only temporary. All of that shit's only temporary. In the back of my mind, I always knew that, but I just didn't want to listen. I was too scared of what was to come. I knew something was going to happen, but I kept kicking the can down the road, so to speak. And so that's why I'm making this channel, man. So I can reach out to people that are in a similar situation, that have gone through something similar, that are on cycle for years, that haven't cycled off, or that know someone that needs to cycle off, but he doesn't, or doesn't know the right way to do it, or someone that stopped cold turkey, that feels like there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm here to tell you, man, that there is. You just need to put in that work. You need to have that faith. And I'm going to be creating a lot more content as this channel grows that's very specific to stress, to hypervigilance, to anxiety, to the type of blood work that you should be doing before, during, and after. That way you know exactly where you're at and what you need to do, or what you need to take, or how to wean off and not have to do this cold turkey. So if you know someone, share this channel, man. Comment below. Or if you yourself Like, if this hit home, you're not alone. And there's a life, man. There's a better one. You're not gonna lose your size or your strength forever, your libido forever. It comes back. Maybe not 100%, but about 70. And that's not fucking bad, right? My strength has been coming back. My size has been coming back. Is it slower? Absolutely. But that's all right. I don't give a shit about that. Like, as long as I'm healthy and I'm strong and I'm pushing my body to the limit naturally and I'm getting bigger and stronger and faster that way, but I know that I'm healthy and I can continue to live life and experience traveling, being a father, being a husband, and all the good stuff that comes with it, then hey man, I'm here for the ride. But just remember, you're not alone. Join me on this journey and just wait and see all of this good information that I'm going to be dropping on this channel so you guys could benefit from it. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys soon.